Set a pot on medium-high heat and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Into that goes 200 grams of cauliflower florets. Stir fry till they turn golden brown. Next goes in 20 grams of onion and 1 garlic clove. Stir fry for another minute. Next goes in 1 bay leaf, a little bit of dry stock powder. Make sure you use one that is suitable on the keto diet. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Instead of the stock powder, you could also add 1 cup of veggie stock or chicken stock. Place the lid on and cook for 1 to 2 minutes or till the cauliflowers have slightly softened. Next, we're going to add 1 cup of coconut milk. Use a nice creamy one. And next goes in some salt to taste, some freshly ground black pepper powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala powder, and 1 teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves. Garnish with some red chilli flakes and spring onion greens. Set a pan on medium heat and add about 1 teaspoon of oil. To that, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of ghee. We added oil so the ghee doesn't burn. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. That's going to be the main flavoring for our dish. Next, add half a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. We'll also add approximately half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida powder. This adds a wonderful flavor, guys, so try not to leave that out. We will give that a quick stir so the cumin seeds get toasted, and next we are going to add in florets from a medium-sized cauliflower. This should be approximately 4 cups. Try and cut the florets in similar sized pieces. Add salt to taste. Stir everything well, mix in the florets with all our spices, and next we are going to add in approximately 2 tablespoons of water and place the lid on. We want to place the lid on until the cauliflower cooks through. Sometimes some cauliflowers are soft and it cooks through really fast, and sometimes it takes longer. Okay, looks like the florets have cooked through. This took approximately 5 to 6 minutes. Next, we will give the florets a stir so that any residual moisture or water in the pan evaporates, and then move all the florets to one side. Add in about 2 teaspoons of oil, and in that oil we are going to quickly add some chopped green chilies. You can add less or more as per your taste. I like it hot, so I added a lot. Just a quick stir, and we are going to mix those green chilies in with all our cauliflower florets. Next, let's check for salt and add more salt if you need to. And now comes the main flavoring part of our dish, and that is to brown the cauliflower florets. Guys, take your time, stir the florets and make sure that they're nicely brown. You can add some more oil if you need to, but honestly, the browner they are, the tastier they're going to be. And that looks perfect. Next, we're going to squeeze some lime juice as per your taste, and we will end by showering with a lot of coriander leaves. That's it. Wasn't this easy? Let me give it a taste. I cannot wait. Yum, so easy and so flavorful. We will start by partially crushing 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds using a mortar and pestle if you have it. This brings out the aroma of the seeds. If you like the flavor of coriander seeds, guys, this recipe is for you. Next, we will set a pan on medium heat and add about 1 teaspoon of oil, followed by 1 tablespoon of ghee. We are adding oil so the ghee doesn't burn. Once the ghee melts, we are going to add in our crushed coriander seeds, and we are also going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Give that a quick stir so the coriander seeds get toasted. The aroma of this is so beautiful. Next, I'm going to add cauliflower florets that I cut from a large head of cauliflower. Sprinkle some salt to taste and mix that in with the spices. Try to make sure that the cauliflower florets are of equal sizes so they cook evenly. Add about 2 tablespoons of water, and we will place the lid on and let the cauliflower florets cook through. Sometimes the cauliflower is soft and it cooks faster, and sometimes it takes a little longer. It took me 5 to 6 minutes, and now it looks like the florets are cooked through. Next, we're going to turn up the heat a little bit and stir the florets until some of the residual moisture in the pan evaporates. And then we are going to move all the florets to one side of the pan and add about 2 teaspoons of oil, into which we are going to add chopped green chilies. The flavor of the green chilies is really nice in this dish, so if you don't like it too hot, you can always de-seed them and then add it so that you get the flavor at least. Next, I crushed half an inch of ginger in the mortar and pestle, and we're going to add that in, followed by 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Now let's give that a taste and add more salt if needed. A lot of salt fell on that one floret, yikes. Okay, let me mix the salt in as best I can. And next we are going to drizzle some more oil, and we are going to brown the cauliflower because that's what brings in the most wonderful taste. It is brown now and it's going to get browner, and this is where it is so yummy. That looks perfect. And that's it. Let's turn off the heat, and we are going to garnish with fresh coriander leaves. Add like 3 tablespoons. This curry has such a rich coriander flavor. If you like coriander flavor, you will love this curry. Yum, all done. I'm using a medium-sized cauliflower head which is 5 to 6 inches in diameter. I cut the florets into medium-sized pieces and wash them really well. Next, we're going to make fresh ginger garlic paste for this recipe with half an inch of ginger and 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to grind it until we get a coarse paste like that. Set that aside. Next, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of plain unsweetened yogurt. Not too much yogurt on a keto diet, that's enough. To this, we are going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, and 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chilli powder. Don't worry, this is not going to make our curry too hot. Next, we're going to beat the yogurt really well so it turns nice and smooth. Now let's set that aside. We will set a pan on medium heat and add about 3 tablespoons of oil. I use avocado oil. And next we're going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, followed by all the cauliflower florets. Next we're going to add some salt to taste. We are going to stir the cauliflower florets so the turmeric coats every floret, and we're going to place the lid on for about 3 minutes or so that the florets almost cook through. We don't want to cook the florets until they're really soft, like 70% or so would be perfect. That looks good. It is slightly soft, there's still a little crunch to it, and at this point we are going to crank up the heat and we are going to stir the florets till they have a nice brown color, because that's what makes it really yummy. This could take anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. Now we are going to quickly take the florets out, and to the same pan we are going to add about a teaspoon of oil and 1 tablespoon of ghee. Remember to turn down the heat to medium again. Once the ghee melts, we are going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds and a 2-inch cinnamon stick, 1 small onion finely chopped, and we'll also add in the fresh ginger garlic paste that we made. We are going to stir fry this for about a minute or until the onions turn slightly translucent. Next, we're going to add in 1 small tomato, also finely chopped. Sprinkle some salt so the tomatoes cook faster. Mix everything together, and we're going to place the lid on for about a minute or so, or until the tomatoes turn mushy. Using your spatula, press down on the tomato pieces so it forms like a nice pasty consistency. Next, we're going to add 5 slit green chilies to it, and remember that yogurt masala paste that we made, we're going to add that in as well. I'm going to quickly add some water and give the bowl a rinse, and now we are going to stir fry this till most of the water evaporates. It's going to take about a minute or so, and you're going to quickly see that the paste looks kind of oily like that. Perfect. At this point we are going to add half a cup of water. Give it a quick stir, and now we're going to place the lid on and let that gravy simmer for 1 minute. Next goes in 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder and 1 tablespoon of dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi. Crush it in between your palms and add that in. Time for our cauliflower florets to come in. We are going to coat the cauliflower florets with this delicious gravy. Guys, you should try this recipe. You know how good it smells here? Give it a taste and add more salt if needed. Also add in half a teaspoon of powdered black pepper for some spicy kick. Also squeeze some fresh lime juice. Don't add too much lime juice if the tomato was too tart. Make sure to taste it. One important tip is to stir fry this for about 2 minutes till the liquid dries up. That makes it taste really yummy. We are going to garnish with coriander leaves, and you just made restaurant style food in your kitchen. You're going to start off by adding half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, and half a tablespoon of black peppercorns to a grinder jar, and you're going to grind it to a coarse powder like that. Next, to a wide pan or wok, add 3 tablespoons of oil, add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and half a teaspoon of salt. To this, we are going to add cauliflower florets. These are cut in small sizes, and this is a total of 600 grams. Coat the florets well with the turmeric powder, and then we are going to place the lid on and let the florets cook for approximately 2 minutes so they soften a little bit, and it helps speed up the cooking process. Now we are going to turn up the heat, and we are going to keep stir frying the cauliflower florets till they turn nicely brown like that, because that's what makes it tasty. Alright, into the same pan goes half a tablespoon of oil and 50 grams of chopped onion. Also add in 1 sprig of curry leaves. We are going to stir fry all of these till the onions turn golden brown in color. This should take approximately 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat. Next, add in 1 tablespoon of freshly crushed ginger and garlic and stir fry that for another 1 or 2 minutes. Next, we are going to turn down the heat and add in the dry masala powder that we made. We are going to stir fry that along with the onions for 1 or 2 minutes. You can tell how aromatic it smells. Next goes in the stir-fried cauliflower florets along with 2 or 3 slit green chilies. If you don't want it too hot, you can always de-seed the green chilies and then add them in. Next, add a good amount of lime juice for some kick. This lime juice is also going to help the masalas coat better on the cauliflower florets. You could also sprinkle some water if the masala is not sticking well. Time to check for salt, add some more if needed, and next we are going to add in half a teaspoon of garam masala powder. Give that a stir, and we are going to finish by adding some fresh curry leaves that's going to give that vibrant aroma. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know. We will start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius. Next, we will line a baking tray with parchment paper and add in medium-sized cauliflower florets. If you would like to blanch your florets, you could do that as well. Just make sure to dry them before you add it onto the tray. Next, we are going to drizzle some oil. I'm using avocado oil, and I'm rubbing the oil in really well onto every floret. Next, we're going to season with some salt, and we're going to make sure that the florets are placed kind of not too crowded because we want them to brown really well. And this is ready to go into the oven for 20 to 30 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. If you prefer a more crunchy texture, then you could do 15 to 20 minutes instead. And for the dry masala, we will combine a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder. This is not too hot. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We are going to mix all of this, and this is going to be sprinkled onto our florets and make them absolutely delicious. So this has been 25 minutes in the oven. Let's taste for salt, add some more salt if needed. And next we are going to generously sprinkle the dry masala mix that we just made. Make sure to coat well using a spatula so that the masala coats also with the oil that is on the tray, and that way it also cooks better. We are also going to squeeze some fresh lime juice for some tangy flavor. Now this is ready to bake for another 2 to 3 minutes till the masalas are toasted and it looks beautifully brown like that. This smells so good, guys. You could garnish with some coriander leaves and enjoy. I'm using a food processor jar with a regular blade attachment. Into this we are going to add our cauliflower florets. I'm using 400 grams of cauliflower in total. We are going to grind them in 2 batches. We want to make sure that it's not more than half full. If you fill the jar to the brim, not all the florets are going to grind, and the ones on the bottom are going to become pasty. I have done that. The best way to grind it is to pulse it about 10 to 12 times, and you're going to get a very fluffy, flaky, rice-like texture, like that. Yes, and instead of a food processor, you can also use a regular carrot or cheese grater. And done grating the other half of the cauliflower, and let's make our first rice, our cumin or jeera rice. Set a pan on medium heat and add 1 teaspoon of oil and half a tablespoon of ghee. To that we are going to add a 1-inch cinnamon stick, 3 cardamoms, 1 bay leaf and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin or jeera. We want to make sure that the cumin seeds turn nice and dark brown because that's when they turn aromatic. This should take about 30 to 45 seconds, and next I'm going to add in half of the riced cauliflower. So this is about 200 grams, which is going to be 1 serving. Let's add in some salt to taste. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to have it with some curries, so I'm not making it too salty. And now we are going to stir fry the cauliflower for about 5 to 6 minutes until they turn soft and slightly golden brown. Alright, our cauliflower jeera rice smells beautiful and is ready to serve. Can you tell how flaky the texture is? All we need to do is garnish with some fresh coriander leaves, and now it's time to bring out your curry and enjoy. Alright, now let's make cauliflower turmeric rice. For this, we will set a pan on medium heat, add 1 teaspoon of oil and half a teaspoon of ghee. Next, we're going to add a 1-inch cinnamon stick, 3 green cardamoms, 1 bay leaf, and stir fry that for about 30 to 45 seconds to bring out its aroma. Next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped onion and a half a teaspoon of crushed ginger and garlic. We're going to stir fry this for about 45 seconds. We just want to make the onions translucent and make sure not to burn the garlic. Next, we're going to add the other half of our riced cauliflower, which is also about 200 grams. Turmeric rice, so a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, a little bit goes a long way, and some salt to taste. And now we are going to stir fry the cauliflower until it turns soft and also gets a slight golden brown color. This should take approximately 5 to 6 minutes. Alright, our rice has turned slightly golden brown, and now we are going to squeeze some fresh lime juice, give it a stir, and your cauliflower turmeric rice is ready. Guys, the flavor profile of both these rice pairs very well with a lot of different Indian curries. I hope you try it and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start by dry roasting half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, 1 teaspoon of coriander leaves and 1 dried red chilli. Dry roast that for 2 to 3 minutes or till they turn aromatic. Transfer into a grinder jar, let it cool down and grind to a coarse powder. Now set that aside. Take a pan, set it on medium heat, add 1 tablespoon of oil and 500 grams of cauliflower florets cut in medium-sized pieces. Add some salt to taste, set a lid on and let it cook for approximately 5 minutes or till they turn slightly soft. Next, we are going to continue to stir fry the cauliflower till they turn nice and golden brown. To that, add 25 grams of finely chopped onion, a couple of green chilies, some coriander leaves, and grate in 1 teaspoon of raw ginger. Stir that for another 2 minutes, and next goes in the dry masala powder. This is going to coat all the florets and make them so flavorful. Add half a tablespoon of ghee and stir fry for another 5 minutes. Make sure that there's enough salt. Squeeze some lime juice. Garnish with some more coriander leaves, and guys, you've made yourself a spicy, tangy, delicious cauliflower stir fry. We'll start by making a masala paste that has 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, a half a teaspoon of normal red chili powder. Add 2 tablespoons of water to this, give it a stir and set it aside. Set a pot on medium heat and add 3 tablespoons of oil. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and mix that in well. Next, we're going to add in 300 grams of cauliflower florets cut into large sized pieces. We're going to add some salt to taste, and we're going to stir fry these florets till they turn golden brown in color. The cauliflower that I'm using is pretty hard, so I'm placing the lid on and stirring till they soften a little bit. If the cauliflower you're using is soft already, you don't have to place the lid on at all. Just make sure you stir fry them till they have these golden patches, because that's what makes the cauliflower taste really tasty. Turn down the heat and add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 bay leaf. Once the seeds start to crackle, we are going to add in the masala paste. I'm adding a little bit water and rinsing the bowl out so we don't waste any masalas. We want to stir fry this over low heat until the water evaporates and the masalas look oily. At this point, you're going to add in the cauliflower florets again and stir fry for approximately a minute. Next goes in 1 cup of water, and we're going to add a little more salt to taste. I'm also adding a pinch of stevia. You can add in any keto sweetener of your choice, but add just a little bit. Place the lid on for 3 to 5 minutes or until the cauliflower is completely cooked through. Give it a taste, add some more salt if required. If not, we are going to finally add a half a teaspoon of garam masala powder. This is going to taste lovely with some keto rice, or you could reduce the gravy a little bit and enjoy this with some keto roti.